So starting the segment. Hey YouTube, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below. Very much appreciate it. Now, Florida, again, Florida man, but this time the governor, Ron DeSantis, is the Florida man that we are talking about today. And if you don't know who Ron DeSantis is, he is the same guy that wanted a private citizen army that only he would control in Florida. He wanted to bring that up. And he also pretty much made it or wanting to make a bill that pretty much is legalized running protesters over, So, Ron DeSantis, not that big of a fan of his, and also not that great of a guy as well. So this doesn't surprise me one bit that he's doing this. So let's read this article and see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. So Florida Governor Ron DeSantis voices support for a bill that would prohibit the discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity in the state's primary schools. Asked by with primary schools, that's pretty much elementary schools. We call them elementary up here in the Midwest. I think they call them primary down in the South. Asked by reporters at a Miami event Monday, he said it was entirely inappropriate for teachers to be having conversations with their students about gender identity, citing instances of them telling children, "Don't worry, don't pick your gender yet," and also hiding classroom lessons for parents. Schools need to be teaching kids to read, to write, DeSantis said. They need to teach them science, history. We need more civics and understanding of the U.S. Constitution that makes our country unique and all those basic stuff. Which is very funny because gay people and their history in America is definitely United States history. And if you hear what he said as well, he wants to ban critical race theory, CRT, in schools, which is, again, only being taught in college level. It hasn't been taught in high school, has never been taught in fucking primary school and other fucking schools, only in college. And he wants to ban that, but he's using the illusion of CRT to ban like Martin Luther King Jr., like Malcolm X, slavery, and the Holocaust. So there it goes with him. The larger issue with all of this is parents must have a seat at the table when it comes to what's going on in their schools, he added. Now this is something that I do want parents to know what is being taught to their kids. However, I'm not that big of right now at this moment, I'm not that big of a fan of, letting parents walk in and just force the teachers to not teach, what they want to teach their students. Because, of course, the teachers, they know, they've been through school. They should know, what their profession is, And then when parents come in, I don't trust parents, especially parents in southern states and Republican states, to come in and force the teachers to not teach them probably the right thing to teach them. So, again, I do like them knowing what their kids, is being taught, but I don't want them to come in and change the school. Although DeSantis stopped short of committing to sign the bill into law, it was the first time the Republican governor signaled his support for the measure since it was proposed by the state's House of Representatives last month. Echoing DeSantis, proponents of the Parental Rights and Education Bill, dubbed by critics as the Don't Say Gay bill, argued that discussions about LGBTQ issues are not age appropriate for students, which is funny as well, because how is it not age appropriate when studies have been shown? All right, I looked this up. When do people know they are gay? And over here it says, at what age do kids know? Knowing one's sexual orientation, whether straight or gay, is often something that kids or teens recognize with little doubt from a very young age. Some gay teens say that they had same-sex crushes in childhood, just as their heterosexual peers that had opposite-sex crushes. Do you see that? This is very age appropriate because gay people knew that they were gay just as when straight people know that they're straight at a very young age. And when you look at like movies and TV shows that are aimed at little kids, a lot of them have love interests that are part of the opposite sex. So why is it, it's not a big deal to show opposite sex, straight love a relationship in TV shows, but not gay love relationships in TV shows and movies, and showing that to kids. But of course, the real answer to that is that they hate gay people and they're scared of them. So, and following the governor's comments, a nearly identical state Senate version of the bill passed Florida Senate Education Committee on Tuesday along party lines. But the measure opponents contend the bill would be detrimental to the mental health of states' LGBTQ children and teachers, preventing them from openly talking about themselves and their families. Make no mistake, this is not an isolated action. Across the country, we're seeing Republican leaders take action to regulate what students can or cannot read, what they can or cannot learn, and most troubling, what they can or cannot be. A White House spokesperson said in a statement, "This is politics at the worst, cynically using our students as pawns in political warfare." Which is very true, because if they cared about kids, they would not be passing this, because there has been studies out there to show that a lot of kids, gay kids in particular, open up to their friends and are more open about themselves in schools. So if you take that away from them, they can't open up at home, because a lot of sadly, a lot of parents right now hate gay people, and they'll disown their children if they come out as gay. So taking this away from them would definitely lead the suicide rates for gay people to skyrocket, for little kids as well. So clearly they're not thinking for the children. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with this whole situation going on with the bill. But this is not, surprising, because they always say when a gay person exists, they always say that they're gonna rape the little kids. When a trans person exists, if a fucking trans person hairline just looks at a fucking little kid, they're gonna think that the little kid is automatically gonna turn into being trans, which is just not the case at all. And I actually looked it up, and I showed that, and I looked it up, a study, and showed that conservatives are actually more fearful than progressives. And you can also see it in their talking points. Because when video games were coming out back in the 90s and 2000s, and sometimes even today, they say that violent video games, hurt children. B, if you're not into comic books, I forget which association made it known in a big comic book community that comic books had to get a stamp of approval for kids to buy it. They had a stamp on them. And when it comes to movies as well, they wanted to ban some certain movies because they're afraid of it. So all this shit going on was made by conservatives when it's going out, because they're scared. And even other than that, when a brown person comes in, wants to take a job, a lot of conservatives say they are taking our jobs. They're scared that brown people will take their jobs. B, black people, they're scared of black people coming up and robbing them for no reason. You just need to have introspection for, you can't just be walking around, and like being afraid of everything, be afraid of everyone, because everybody out here is just trying to live a normal life. We're just out here trying to survive. We don't mean to we're not even taking your jobs. Not really. Black people are out here just trying to survive as well. And same goes with gay people. So please, I asked you, conservatives, please, I asked you, listen to me now. Just, I don't say leave us alone, man. All we doing is trying to survive. We're already, it's already hard surviving under capitalism. We don't need racism, transphobia, and other shit to be on our shoulders as well, because that shit is hard. So please think of that. And yeah, if you do that, everybody will live a better life, because we are nothing to be afraid of, because we're just people like you. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below. I very much appreciate it. And we are one of the people, for the people, we love the people. Bye.